I'm Keely from Angelo State University in West Texas, where I study history with a focus on gender and sexuality. As a junior fellow, I've worked with Liza and the Learning and Innovation Office to create and refine resources for K-12 educators across the U.S. The Learning and Innovation Office supports teachers and school librarians in the effective use of the library's primary source collections and administers the Teaching with Primary Sources partner program, all of which is open and free to the public and can be found under the Teachers tab on the library homepage or found at loc.gov/teachers. I've enjoyed both the work and the company during this internship. It's rewarding to know that I'm giving back to teachers and to connect with them. It's also been a pleasure to work with my fellow interns and colleagues, learn about their work, their backgrounds, and their varying expertises.
Hi, I'm Liza Whitfield. I'm a New Orleans native who just graduated from Loyola University New Orleans with a bachelor's in history. I've enjoyed my time as a junior fellow because it's given me the opportunity to work with a group of really talented individuals who have pushed me to be the best that I can be in this role. I appreciate the challenges that participating in the Library of Congress's K-12 programming has posed, and it's incredibly rewarding to know that the projects and tools that we've created during this time will be available to students and teachers across the country. I'm grateful to have been able to work with Keely on a topic that we've both become so passionate about, and that we hope will prove useful to educators.
In our work, Liza and I created a set of primary sources related to nurses from the time between World War I and World War II. We focused on the interwar period for several reasons. First, because the Spanish flu pandemic occurred at the outset of this period. The Spanish flu has become an area of interest in the wake of COVID-19, and we found 1918 to be an appropriate starting point. Second, this was a time of rapid change and flux within the practice of nursing, especially public health nursing. And finally, because the Library of Congress is home to some really cool primary sources. So with that, let's dive into some of the items we rounded up from the Library of Congress website.
This article, originally published in the Evening Telegram of New York on June 15, 1918, is available in the library's online collection entitled World War History Newspaper Clippings 1914 to 1926. It features a quote from Mrs. L.S. Higbee, Chief of the Navy Nurse Corps at Washington, D.C., that reads, "Flickering dimples and movie queen beauty not needed to make good nurses," providing a glimpse into one side of the national discussion about nursing during this period. Taken during the second wave of the Spanish flu pandemic, this photo shows nurses on duty near their ambulances in St. Louis, Missouri. Like many other areas, St. Louis experienced a shortage of both medical supplies and staff. One can easily draw parallels between this event and the one currently happening. While there are many factors at play, it became clear at some point during the 19teens that there was both a need and demand for public health services, particularly nurses. Created sometime between 1914 and 1918, this poster depicts a nurse riding horseback on the way to see her patients, as many public health nurses would have done during this time. The Red Cross had many volunteer nurses across the country who saw to the health of underserved areas and performed vital public health services across the United States.
These are only 4 of several primary sources we've identified for this project. Though their formats vary, items within this collection complement each other well and were compiled in a way that facilitates classroom discussion pertaining to gender roles, public health, and much more during the interwar period. Keely and I are so glad to have had the opportunity to bring a little bit of the Library of Congress into K-12 classrooms. We hope that both students and educators will find this set as delightful and challenging as we have. If you'd like to learn more and see some of the other sources we found, keep an eye on the Library of Congress Teachers blog and feel free to join us on July 28th for office hours.